What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video, and we will talk about the Liverpool-Arsenal League Cup semi-final. I was so excited before the game and it was such a massive letdown. Liverpool just didn't turn up, and without Salah and Mane we look absolutely toothless and lost up front, and it lays in the hands of Minamino, in my opinion, the blame, large parts of the blame, because Minamino, I don't know why, but he just looked very nervous in front of goal. Normally Minamino is the calmest person in front of goal, as evidenced by his 5 goals in this very competition. In the League Cup, Minamino is Liverpool's top scorer with 5 goals, but I just don't understand why he didn't take his time and didn't think with a calm, cool head when the ball falls to him. And he has pretty much an open goal with just one Arsenal player standing in the middle of the goal. So if he just side foots it in either corner, it's fine. If he takes a touch, takes the ball down, it's fine, because there was nobody really close to him. But Minamino instead half volleys it and it goes miles over the bar, and that just summed up Liverpool's night yesterday, because Liverpool just never got going. Yes, we started the game pretty well, and after the Arsenal went down to 10 men, I honestly thought that Liverpool would break them down. But yes, lots of players were out with COVID or not training and in isolation, but that's not an excuse for not having a shot on target. Liverpool had like 15 shots yesterday, 0 shots on target, and that was the Liverpool's performance, a big fat 0 without Salah and Mane. I expected a lot more, I will be honest. Let me know what is your thoughts on this. I think we are desperate for an attacking signing, somebody like Jeremy Doku who can come in and liven up the place. I mean, Jota yesterday was pretty decent, but again he just his usual clinical finishing deserted himself. There was a free header for Jota which he didn't expect to fall to him, and instead of heading it, the ball just hits him on the head and the chance goes begging. And Firmino also had some good touches, but he's not his best self at the moment. Firmino is, I think, past his prime. But that's not this Liverpool team's problems. This Liverpool team's problem is when you don't have Salah, when you don't have Mane, the backup players are just nowhere near good enough. And the team which should be at the peak of his powers under Jurgen Klopp, this should be Liverpool's golden era, golden age. And because of the owners and because of the lack of investment, Liverpool are hanging on for dear life to actually challenge for trophies this season. We are pretty much out of the Premier League title race already, and we had a golden chance to seal our passage to the final. If we win 2 or 3-0 today against 10-man Arsenal, nobody would have batted an eyelid, and Liverpool would already have 1 foot in the final. Instead, we give Arsenal the initiative. Now they will be at home with a big crowd backing them, and they would really want nothing more than to knock Liverpool out and to get there to their first cup final in like 2 years. But Liverpool, this was their first domestic semi-final in like 4 years. And Liverpool looked very nervous. Maybe because of the occasion got to them, but I don't understand. This is the League Cup. It's not like the Champions League. This team has already won the Premier League. This team has already played 2 Champions League finals. Why on earth were they nervous? So nervous. Jurgen Klopp said that himself, that the team looked nervous, and there was no need to be nervous. In these kind of situations, I mean, Liverpool, yes, the pressure was on us to win because we were at home, but it should have been so much calmer and so much more composed. There was an urgency, a rush to Liverpool's play, and that's what I didn't like. Because Granit Xhaka made again an absolute fool out of himself, kicking Jota in the stomach. Some Arsenal fans even had the cheek to say it's not a red card. It's a stonewall red card if you ever saw one. Jota was clean through on goal and Xhaka kicks him in the stomach. I don't understand how some people can claim it's not a red card, because he clearly denied a goal scoring opportunity, Xhaka, and I mean, he should be the most experienced, most senior player, but he acts like a lunatic teenager sometimes on the football pitch. And Liverpool had a brilliant chance. They had 65 minutes to play against 10 men. and we didn't make the most of it. Our play was so slow, lethargic, lackluster. We didn't have the urgency. Also, we were trying through the middle. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson didn't really bomb on through on the wing. So I don't understand why Liverpool played like this, because as I said, Arsenal were there for the taking. We beat them 4-0 in the Premier League, and this Arsenal team was a weaker team than that team. And this Arsenal team played with 10 men. The bottom line is Liverpool just don't have good enough backup players to call upon when Mane or Salah are either missing or out of form or they are injured. And this Liverpool team, if we don't buckle up, our season could be another failure. If Liverpool don't win a trophy this season, and if we are not involved in the title race, then our season will be a failure. And I think that this is where the owners need to show Jurgen Klopp the checkbook and give him some money to sign a player, an attacking player. Because Divock Origi was missing today with injury. He would have probably played better than Minamino. But it shows that Minamino, a £7 million signing, is our answer to when Salah and Mane is missing. I don't mean harm to Minamino, because I think he's a decent player, he's a good player. But when you want to challenge for trophies and titles at the very top of English and European football, you need better backup players than Takumi Minamino, especially when he wasn't composed enough in front of goal. If Minamino slots the chance away, it's 1-0 Liverpool, it's a completely different story. And these are the moments which shape your career. And I'm sorry, but it looks like Minamino's Liverpool career is on the downward spiral. I don't think we will sell him anytime soon. I think he will get more chances. The good news is that, and I don't want to sound so doom and gloom, but I expected so much more, and I know that this Liverpool team has put in some absolutely incredible performances this season. Winning at Old Trafford 5-0 was my highlight. But so that's why our standards are so high and our expectations are so high. When Liverpool produce a pretty average performance, we feel let down. And yeah, I don't want to sound like an entitled fan, because we still have a second leg to play. And Jurgen Klopp said, all the things you do in life are experiences. You either do it again or you don't. We will play on Sunday against maybe a similar low block setup. So there was important information last night. It was not the most exciting game, but we were really good against a strong Arsenal lineup, and that is what we will take. The problem is Liverpool never learned this lesson, because we already had this lesson this season. We played against Chelsea, who had 10 men behind the ball, and we didn't break them down. We didn't even create a big chance against them. At least we created a big chance against Arsenal, but the sad thing is that we missed it. And also Jurgen Klopp came out with a very interesting comments. He said that Naby Keita is one of the best players, one of the best midfielders that he has ever seen. Then why don't you play him more? When Naby Keita is available, Jurgen Klopp doesn't always put him in the starting lineup. And also yesterday, I think playing Milner and Henderson together against the 10-man Arsenal, I think Jurgen Klopp should have changed it at halftime. Take either Milner off or Henderson off. I don't want to bash Henderson, because he has been a brilliant servant at Liverpool, a true Liverpool legend. But his performances this season have been very up and down, like a sinus graph. It has been very, very inconsistent, and this wasn't the best Jordan Henderson by any stretch of the imagination. We should have put Curtis Jones or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on much earlier. That's my opinion. And Jurgen Klopp said that Naby Keita on his day is one of the best midfielders I have seen, but they are not here. Last night we didn't miss speed. Arsenal were so deep. Where did you want to run? There was no space to use them. We had to build on how we started. We have to play against deep formations in between the lines, and quick thinking is more important than quick running. Mo Salah and Sadio Mane can do that, but they are not here, and other players can do it as well. It was clear that we would sit here after a 0-0 and you were going to ask about Sadio and Mo Salah. Last night we were not perfect, but you have to get through different periods of the season, and this is ours. So this is now Liverpool's blip during the season. We already had a mini blip at the start of the season where we drew with Brighton, we drew with Brentford as well. What a mad bonkers game that was, 3-3. And we also lost to West Ham. Now this is another blip where We drew with Chelsea, we lost to Leicester, and now we drew with Arsenal as well. But Liverpool really need to step up a gear and find a way to score goals without Mane and Salah. Otherwise, Liverpool will be just over-reliant on them. Good news is that Liverpool have no new injury worries, and Divock Origi will start team training today or tomorrow, so he will be in contention to face Brentford. Thiago is still out. Virgil van Dijk got a knock, Robertson got a knock, Milner got a knock, but they are not serious injuries, so they will probably heal before the Sunday game against Brentford, and that is an absolute must-win game. If we want to have any chance of winning the title, we have to beat Brentford, because Manchester City play Chelsea and they both can't win. So one of our title rivals will drop points, potentially even maybe both. And if both Man City and Chelsea drop points, that would be the ideal scenario for Liverpool, because then we could overtake Chelsea and go in closer to Manchester City. So Divock Origi is outside running and he doesn't look too far away, Jurgen Klopp said. And Jurgen Klopp said that the start against Arsenal was really good because we caused Arsenal a lot of problems. We pressed in the right spaces, we created enough chances for the starting period, and then the red card happened, and then you have to play with a team which obviously didn't play now 5 times together in this setup, and you have to break down a really low block, and that's in football the most difficult thing always. We couldn't do that last night. We were not good enough in moments, and that's the situation, nothing else. And it's all about how we can do better, and we can do better. And that's what we will do. So Jurgen Klopp promised the fans that we will do better against Brentford, and hopefully Origi will be back fit, and hopefully Minamino, Jota and Firmino can find their goal-scoring boots, because we desperately need somebody to step up in the absence of Mane and Salah and deliver for Liverpool and score goals, get assists. And Jurgen Klopp also looked ahead at the Arsenal second leg. He said, I have no idea what Arsenal will do when we face them, but we will see. It is not on my mind at the moment. My mind is already Brentford. So from Monday on, you can ask me these kind of things. As I said, we know we can play better. We know we have to play better. And that's what we will do, what we will work on, that's clear. A lot of things I liked, but the general outcome was not good enough. That's the truth of this game, and we have to accept this for the moment, and from here we go ahead. And Jurgen Klopp admitted that Liverpool tried too hard against Arsenal, and it's human, it makes no sense, but it looked like that Liverpool felt under pressure. And you go out there, you go for winning something special, and then all of a sudden it feels like from now on, from this moment on, you can only lose. And again, it is difficult because, but if we have a well-settled formation, fine-tuned patterns and all these kind of things, then it's still difficult, but it's a bit easier. And tonight, on top of that, with a pretty new lineup, we had to face that. That's the situation. We were not creative enough. Definitely, we did a lot of things not good enough. But again, in the end, it's 0-0, so it's half-time, and let's go and let's work with that. Yeah, the problem is that Liverpool didn't play together like this before, with Firmino, Jota and Minamino up front. And maybe Liverpool should have tried this already before, playing with Firmino, Minamino and Jota up front, because we knew for like 1 full year that Mane Salah is going out to the Africa Cup of Nations for a month, and yet Liverpool have never played like this before, and I think that's a little bit of a problem. Maybe in the League Cup or in the FA Cup we could have experimented with this, but this COVID hit season has thrown in so many random happenings, random COVID infections, injuries, everything. So it's very, very hard for Liverpool to have a settled lineup and to get rhythm. And if you know what top professional football is all about, you know how important rhythm is for players. That's why, for example, Alisson started against Arsenal. So yeah, I think Liverpool need to find solutions, and we need to work out ways to play better with this formation. But let me know what you think about everything that we talked about in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.